Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I want to share with you 8 things that I would do differently if I were to start my shop this year or planning for 2025. If you're new here, my name is Tabitha. I'm the owner of Tab's Art Shop. I turn my art into stickers, bookmarks, cards, and more. And over the last 2.5 years, I have learned a lot. There are a lot of things that I wish I would have done differently, started sooner, or even things that I wish I would have done less of. So if you're planning to start a shop this year or next year, hopefully you find this video helpful and it pushes you to go ahead and take the leap on some things, or hopefully some things to avoid so you don't have some of the same regrets that I have. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so one of the very first things that I wish I would have done a lot sooner, and something that you can do now if you were planning to open up a shop, and that is social media. And if you see these flopping around, I have some notes, so hopefully I don't forget anything, but social media is a huge one. I did not start taking it seriously until about a year after opening up my shop. And social media is really something that I wish I would have started before I ever opened up my shop. One of the main reasons is because if you do this, you can start building an audience and a community that wants to support you. So when you do open up a shop, you already have that customer base or potential customers. So it just makes it a lot easier to start getting those initial orders. It took me a long time to start getting orders because I didn't have a social media to market to or to promote my business. I was heavily relying on Etsy's marketplace to make orders until I finally started taking social media seriously and started my own website, which we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So yes, if you're planning to open up a shop, start an Instagram, a TikTok, even a YouTube channel, and start working on those things a few months, 6 months, up to a year before you ever open up your shop, and give yourself time to build a community. So when you do start your business, you already have a group of people that hopefully want to support you. So that kind of brings me into number 2 of one of my regrets is not showing myself on camera sooner. There's a saying that people connect with people. So you may watch some of your favorite small business owners, some of your favorite content creators, and more than likely they are showing themselves on camera and talking to you. So you relate to them more, you connect with them, and then that way when they do open up a shop, you want to support them because you like them as a person. I am just now starting to show myself on camera more. It's one of the reasons why I started a YouTube channel, so I could connect with you guys on a more personal level. If you're familiar with my Instagram and TikTok, I pretty much simply film like hands-on tutorial type videos. And while I absolutely love doing that and it helps teach you guys how to make stuff, I'm not connecting with you on a personal level. So you don't see someone that you actually want to purchase from. It's more so you want to learn from. Hopefully that makes sense. So as soon as you're comfortable, start showing yourself on camera and connecting with your audience on that level, because they're gonna want to support you more because they like you as a person. So yes, start your social media and show yourself on camera as soon as you're comfortable. And then number 3, once you have that audience that wants to support you, start your own website. Yes, Etsy and other marketplaces are great, but they charge your customers in every transaction a fee because they feel like they are bringing those customers to you. So if you are promoting your Etsy account on your social media, they're going to charge you even though you are bringing those customers to Etsy. So start a website so that way you're not paying those additional fees. And with a website like Shopify or any of the other sites that offer building website builders, you can make it more personal, you can customize it to your shop, and it just looks more professional and you can stand out. You can also have a domain, so like www.tabsartshop.com or do a .store, whatever it may be. It looks more professional and it's unique to you. So If you already have the audience, you might as well have a website that you can drive your own traffic to. Like I said, I relied really heavily on Etsy to bring my customers over because I didn't have a social media following or presence. So that's something that I regret, and now my Etsy is pretty much non-existent. So yeah, I kind of wish I would have just started with a website at the beginning and built like a customer base on my own site. If you do have both, if you get orders on Etsy, include a thank you card that basically asks them to shop on your website for their next orders. Like save 15% on your next order at tabsartshop.com, whatever it may be. It just helps personalize it. And yeah, so social media, show yourself on camera, have your own website. Next thing is finances. And I grouped a couple things under this category. There's a lot of things that I should have done differently that would have made it a lot easier. Number one is to have separate accounts. So have your personal banking and your business banking. For my business account, I have a checking, savings, and a credit card. In the beginning, I did not have them separate. So when tax season came, I put basically a lot more work on myself trying to go through what was business and what was personal. So start with having them separate so you can look at, okay, here's my business. This is everything I spent for my business. This is all of my profits, and it's all in one place. You want to do this for multiple reasons, legal reasons, and just to make it easier on yourself to track your business finances, and it makes it easier when tax season comes. Another thing is, yes, track all of your spending. So if you go to Hobby Lobby, save that receipt, create an envelope titled, 2024 expenses, because these are things that you need to put into your tax report, and you want to have all of this documented. It's just gonna make it way easier whenever tax season comes. And if you need to basically show your expenses at any point, everything that you spent on your business is all in one area and you have everything documented and tracked. So next thing is do not over order. You may have a period of time where you get an influx of sales, you're really excited, and so you restock, but then your orders stop. So this is something that I have done a lot. When I first started TikTok Shop, I had an influx of sweatshirt orders and I got so excited. I ordered all of these sizes, all of these colors, and basically as soon as I did that, my orders slowed down a lot and then basically flattened out. So now I have a closet full of sweatshirts and t-shirts that I've had for a year that are not selling. So be mindful with that. Sometimes it works out and maybe you'll continue to get orders and you'll be happy that you ordered enough inventory. But other times, like in my case, you end up over ordering and then you have a bunch of backup inventory. So sometimes it's hard to avoid if like a manufacturer has a minimum quantity and you have to order 50 and then you may be sitting on those for a while. But if you have a say in how many you get, just keep that in mind. Let's say a medium white sweatshirt in a certain design is selling the most. So just order, extra of those and maybe not all of the sizes. So hopefully that makes sense. But it's something that I have done a lot and I'm regretting now because I have so much leftover inventory that's just not selling. So keep that in mind. So next thing is to be willing to try new things. Similar to, number one with social media, whenever TikTok first came out, I did not want TikTok. I thought it was a silly dance app. I didn't care to download it. And of course now it's one of the number one social media platforms. It's great for businesses. And so I kick myself now for not jumping on it sooner because a lot of those businesses that started on there in 2020 are now full-time, getting a bunch of orders. So when something new comes out and it's starting to gain traction and go viral and be, gain popularity, jump on it. Don't wait for it to become oversaturated. Try and be one of the first in your niche to be on there, because you're going to stand out. So that's one of my big regrets, is not willing to take chances and try new things. This also comes down to products. Be willing to release new designs, new products. Of course, don't over order, but you want to be bringing your customers new things. This is something I am still working on. I'm really bad about releasing new products, because if you think about it, your current followers, your current customer base has already been on your website. They've already seen everything. They've bought what they've wanted. So if you're not releasing new things, then they're not going to have something new to purchase. So this is something I really need to work on. It's one of my big regrets, is not releasing new things and updating my products and website more. Another thing, number 7, is to stay consistent. I've had a lot of moments where I've taken a week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be, break off social media, not consistently releasing new products. If you're not consistent, then people are not going to find you reliable. They're going to forget about you. You want to show up for your followers, for your customers. And so being consistent in your social media postings, you're tracking your finances, documenting everything. Consistency is huge across the board when having a small business. So sometimes it can be hard and we'll feel burnout, and maybe we'll take a few weeks off. But I kind of feel like sometimes Instagram and TikTok almost punishes you if you all of a sudden disappear for a couple weeks and then you come back and your views are absolutely terrible. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that, but it's definitely happened to me. So try your best to at least post 2 to 3 times a week when it comes to social media. And this also portrays to if you're an artist. So I draw all of my designs. If I'm not consistently practicing and drawing, I kind of feel like I'm losing my skill. So there's a saying for that. Snooze it, you lose it. And I feel like that is so true in many different ways. So stay consistent. And the last one, which I feel like is one of the most important things and something I really struggle with, but I was really bad about it in the beginning, is not comparing yourself to others. I know it's easier said than done. You may start a shop and feel like, well, why am I not getting any orders and these other businesses are getting 200, 300 orders a month? And it's something I really struggled with in the beginning. I would see these shops who started in 2020 and went full time after a year, after 2 years, and I am nowhere close to that. And it's taken me a while to convince myself, I guess you could say, or remind myself that every journey looks different. While one person may go viral, get 200 orders, be full-time in 6 months, a year, whatever, that's not the case for everybody. And so keep that in mind, because when you compare yourself to others, it can have a huge impact on you mentally. It can cause you to actually be less motivated to continue with your business. It can have a lot of negative impact on you overall. So I still, like I said, I'm really bad about it. I will look at other Instagram pages, content creators, small businesses, and compare my views and engagement to theirs. And it really just, I beat myself up over it, and it really does nobody any good, especially myself. So it's taken me a while to get better about not doing this. And like I said, it can be really hard to not do that when we're constantly scrolling and seeing the success of other people. But like I said, your journey may just look different from someone else's. You may go viral overnight and have a huge amount of orders, and that is amazing, but everyone's journey looks different. So keep that in mind. I feel like that's one of the most important things, and is one of the reasons why a lot of people end up giving up, because they're expecting a fast movement or, you know, instant success, and it can be really slow for a lot of people. I know some businesses that took 5 up to 10 years to finally go full time. And so, you know, as long as you're happy and you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. But that's it for this video. It was a bit of just a rambling video. Hopefully you found it helpful and you've learned some things in this video that will be helpful for you if you're starting a business, or even if you're just planning to start content creating. Maybe you just want to, you know, go more towards the content creation side and not so much a small business. I feel like pretty much all of these things really tie into both of those. So whatever it may be, hopefully you found this video helpful, and I will see you in my next video very soon. If you're a small business owner or content creator, leave some of your tips in the comments and maybe some things that you've learned along the way, and we can all help each other out. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.